Hey y'all, welcome back for another read with me, Stephanie, where we tune in to our collective sacred frequency. It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful. Look at these flowers, y'all. Look at them. They smell so good. I've already prayed. I've already cleansed the energy. I pulled a few cards already. So I'm gonna just read those, and then I did want to shuffle a few with you. I hope you're doing good, bro, and I hope that your bellies are full, you're getting good night's sleep wherever you are, that you're safe and comforted, and that you feel at ease. So we do have clear quartz here and black obsidian and what is this? I don't really remember what this other one is, but it kept dropping to the ground. Let me think if I can remember what this is. What this is. I don't know. I might have to put it down below. Maybe not, but it dropped to the ground, and as I was like setting things up, and then my phone also dropped to the ground like pretty freaking hard. Like I thought that it might break, and I was like, okay. So this really is, I've been pushing myself pretty hard lately. I've been doing a lot. Like, it looks awesome in here. I feel good. I feel good. But I need to rest and relax. And so, as I'm upgrading and learning, so are you. And so sometimes the stuff that I'm going through and working through is also going to be the same kind of stuff that you're working through, or things that I have worked through in the past. So right now, our spirit guides are always with us, and they're constantly giving us messages and uploads. So with the halls of learning, we have spirit guides, confirmation, great lessons. Let me read these real quick. But like if we don't rest and relax and take time to step away from the busyness of life and allow our minds to relax, allow our bodies to rest, allow all of the things that we do in this physical reality, all of the material things, all of the to-do list or productivity, allowing that to just fall off for a minute and take care of yourself and allow yourself to give you what you need, to feel nurtured and rested. Just be lazy, indulge a little bit. Um, let's see, rearrange if you haven't deep cleaned or rearranged in a while, I would suggest doing that. But if you're feeling like you might be pushing yourself a little too far. We all have our set limits of energy, and some of us have more than others. So when you are learning in this life to connect with yourself, to listen to yourself, take that first inkling that you get of I'm getting tired, I'm feeling burnt out, this is too much conversation, there's too many people, I've been going for too long. Like so many times we, especially as mothers, we parents really and people, but I find a lot of mothers tend to do this, and fathers really. We push ourselves so far past our breaking point, and we don't always recognize when we've gone too far, when we're overstepping our own boundaries. And sometimes, a lot of times, the way that plays out is, the world will start kind of crumbling around you or inside of you. Your mind will get a little bit hazy or chaotic or fast. You will feel anxious or depressed, overwhelmed. A lot of people might be coming to you with their problems or needing funds, or, a lot of times it will be the things that you're struggling with other people will be needing those same types of assistance and focus. And so you're being urged to step back and put the focus on yourself, to release what no longer serves you, to release people pleasing tendencies, codependencies, addictions, old habits that no longer serve you. Like, we are constantly being urged and guided to release everything. Like, every single day and every moment is an option, is a potential chance for you to renew yourself, to shed the old and become new. um but when we don't take time to step back and rest, we are unable to truly connect with divine guidance, with our spirit guides, with our angels. And, we're all spiritual beings having a human experience, regardless of what um, type of journey you're on, or what level of consciousness, awareness, what vibration, what lesson, what reality or mindset or paradigm we're in. It doesn't matter. We're all here. We're all still a soul, whether you're a twin flame, one soul split, or just a regular old ascended master hiding your anointing, or perhaps you're the villain. And perhaps, and we're all a villain in someone's story at some point. Let's not forget. But we don't need to dwell on that. We don't need to stay stuck in those ideas of ourselves and others, you know? Allow all of the stories to fall away for yourself and for everyone around you. And if, excuse me, one moment. And if the people around you are feeling or acting in ways that they are choosing to continue those old ways of being, it can be hard to continue pushing forward and to reach our highest of heights, while others are, they're essentially energetically pulling you down. And sometimes it's like intentional, and sometimes it's not, and sometimes it's, I would say almost every time, it's spiritual, because everything is spiritual over everything, and it's apparently not the ethers but the field, the energetic field, I suppose, in the void. It's everything and nothing, you know anyways. Yeah, so just keep taking care of yourself and allow yourself um to take a time out, because it's so needed. We do so much, even when we're not doing a lot. Like, the crazy part is, when you're resting, you're relaxing, you're tuning back in, you're taking time to, do a quiet hobby. Maybe you're reading or writing or drawing or dancing, or you're taking a walk outside or playing with your pets, or, just watching a show or a movie. Just finding time to just enjoy your time here, and to ease up on yourself, and to allow yourself to just be where you are and just chill in it. Like, you don't have to be running all the time. You don't have to be going, going, going. You're not in a race. You're not racing anyone. You're not like, you don't have to be freaking out all the time. You don't have to be worrying. It's okay. You're gonna be okay. God has got it. Your spirit team has got it. Everything that happens in your life is for you. Is for your higher good. Is for your growth. Your soul growth. If you choose to see it that way, you can allow every circumstance and situation that comes into your life, every negative thing that happens, it's not always easy to do, no, but you can, especially with practice and over time, have these moments that used to tear your world apart and make you lose yourself at times, fall back into old negative patterns and portals. Over time, we learn, I kind of lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. We learn what works for us. We learn our limits. We learn, the more that we say no to others and yes to ourselves and take that time that we really need, like maybe Susie can can run freaking 7 miles a day and she feels amazing and she's doing all kinds of different things, but you're not Susie. You're you, and that's who you're meant to be. So let me read these because the cards had some other things to say and I've just been rambling. So thank you for listening, thank you for showing up, thank you for being here, thank you for all that you do, for real. Thank you for not giving up on yourself, and thank you for forgiving yourself for yourself. Thank you for trying again. Thank you for getting up today and just being here. Thank you for any good that you're putting out in the world, because it's so needed. And, there's people hurting everywhere, and not everyone has it on their face. Not everyone is struggling and is able to be seen clearly for what they're dealing with, if that makes sense. Not everyone looks like what they've been through or what they're going through. And so remember to treat yourself with patience and compassion, because you have and are going through and healing through, and as you are healed and you are whole, you are rediscovering all of this in every moment. And as you be and just allow yourself to chill and be in acceptance and love and allowance of who you are now, of who you're becoming, and the knowing, understanding, and trust that it's all going to be okay, that however it's meant to be, it will be. And yeah, it's not always sunshines and rainbows, but you can create sunshines and rainbows wherever you are. If you continue to tap into your energy, continue to show up with your love for yourself and love for each other, and with connection with God, and having that true communication and guidance. And when you rest and you take a time out, you relax, you are able to hear divine communication. You're able to see the signs and synchronicities. You're able to understand what is going on around you. And, Spirit is always talking to us. It's a part of us. There's no way that it cannot. It's just, are you willing and able and wanting to see it? Are you creating a harmonious life that aligns with that type of communication? Or are you running from it? Are you running from yourself? Are you running from the truth and the fact that you are so tired right now, or you have been doing way too much, or you've been putting up with way too much, or you've been working too much, maybe you've just been around a lot of people, maybe you've been helping other people do a lot of things, whatever it might be. We all need that time to step back and chill and sink in with ourselves. And we all do it in different ways. But there's something beautiful that comes from the solitude from the embracing of yourself and all that entails. And there's levels to it, and it's always changing, and it's, not every day is a 100% day. But the more that you take care of yourself and keep those boundaries, the more that you flow into who you are naturally. And the struggle is real, but the struggle won't really be for you, like it's still there. And you'll see it in other people, and you'll hear it, and you'll know, and it'll be heartbreaking at times. And you'll send love, and you'll want to help, and you will help. And you will help people heal. And you will continue to grow, and you will level up, and you will move through these facets of life, these chapters of self and reality and relationships and knowing and unknowing and, uncertainty, clarity. It is really a game. It is. And when you come into it with love, with that intention, nothing can stop you. Everything good is for you. It's for the all. It's for the highest good. When you move with love and the highest good and highest intention for yourself and everyone around you, it doesn't matter what anyone else does. It really doesn't. It might take longer. It might be difficult as heck, bro. But you're gonna make it out. You just have to take care of yourself. You have to listen to yourself, and you have to nurture yourself and do what's good for you. It doesn't matter what Frank down the street likes to do every weekend. What works for Frank down the street doesn't work for you. And a lot of times, the people that are giving their opinions about what you need to be doing with your life and how you need to be moving and not speaking and not being or whatever, and do this and not that, they're not fully in their authority either. And so people do their best to give us guidance and love, and they do it in ways that are unfulfilling and miss the mark. Because when we're not able to show up and love ourselves fully, in acceptance of all that we are, keeping our boundaries and staying strong and knowing that we are that I am presence. We are a creator. We are, that spark of divine, that beautiful fractal. And nothing will ever change that, So releasing the fear, releasing the past ideas of who you thought you needed to be or who the world tried to tell you to be. It doesn't matter. The world has its infinite possibilities. Its source is for you and is you and all around you and wants the best, the highest, the most loving for all of us. And that is already the end game. That's already been, it is. And you just accept it and you step into it and you move as if, and you move in love. And as you continue to practice daily, as you continue to self-reflect, be patient with yourself, be kind, keep showing up. It's not always going to be easy. It's not always going to look like you think it should look at all. It's going to be messy. And it's not always going to make sense, but we make it out on the other side and it's a surprise. It's a beautiful blessings in disguise, right? Halls of learning, spirit guides, confirmation, great lessons. The halls of learning, also sometimes known as the great halls, are an etheric retreat dedicated to spiritual knowledge. They are a training space for all souls, including those on earth, spiritual guides, and those between lives. They have been visited by many spiritual seekers, seers, and mediums over the years and have been described as a giant, somewhat Gothic university building with marble flooring, spiral staircases, and tall bookcases. Some have said these halls are home to the Akashic records, while others have wondered if they are connected to the halls of Amenti. And I wonder, like, aren't those really the same? You know? And that just brings me back. Like, I have these notes that I took before. So, if you're wanting further study, like some notes for some numbers that came up recently is 1111, 1122, 44, 858, oh, 55, 1155, so 11. Oh, okay. What was I? What? Oh, yeah, the Halls of Amenti and the Halls of Learning. That all the different portals, dimensions, they're all happening same time, you know? Like there's dimensions that I died in, right? There's dimensions that I'm a millionaire in. There's dimensions that I'm homeless in. There's dimensions that I'm still with one of my multiple random exes, I'm sure. There's dimensions where I'm addicted to meth. There's dimensions where I'm addicted to weed. There's dimensions where I'm a horrible mother. There's dimensions where I'm an amazing mother. There's dimensions where I'm traveling the world. There's dimensions where I'm married. There's dimensions where I'm single. There's dimensions where I have a dog, and there's dimensions where I still just have my cats, right? And all of these dimensions and many, many more are happening same time, same place, in the now moment, right? And so with every choice that you take, you are syncing up to alignment with these other dimensions, right? And we all have our highest dimensions. But we can't, as we're I keep saying, like, you can always just step right out of what you're in. Like, you're on a wheel. It's like a hamster wheel, but you're not really stuck. You're not really on the loop. You're not really stuck in that hamster wheel. Earlier today, I saw this video of a bear, and it had been released from captivity. And the bear had been released for 7 years, so he was free to roam, but he was still so programmed by that life of entrapment, by his what is the word I'm looking for? The cage that he was in was very small, I'm assuming. And so he just circled this path and then died, for years. And I'm sure he probably wandered off and like ate randomly or hibernated, right? Because we see it when we go to zoos. Like, we have a really good zoo where I'm at. It's, I don't know if I should say, well, it's Missouri. It's St. Louis, Missouri, right? So that's kind of that's the zoo that I would go to. There's better ones, there's cooler ones, right? But it is a really good one, and yet it's still sadness to see them there. But the truth is, many people don't care about the earth. The people who are controlling things, the people who have the money to change things, the people who are keeping us all in these paradigms and prisons of our own. And so it is not the most ideal 100% for all life, but it is where it is for now, right? And so that's like, we can take that for us as well. Like, do you want to remain in the same mental loop? You can choose to stay in this job that's not serving you, where the boss does not respect you, talks to you like dirt, and they keep saying for years that they're going to give you a raise, and all you have to do is this next project, and it just seems to keep going and going, and and things aren't getting better. And then possibly you're having a relationship that's like that, with a partner or a family member, and you keep trying, and you self-reflect, and you possibly go to therapy or have the conversations that need to be had, but not everyone is at the level to comprehend or communicate in certain ways. And so there are many times when we give our all, and we keep pushing and pushing and pushing to produce a result of healing, of love, of what we perceive our life to be, what we believe it's meant to be, what we are dreaming it to be, desiring it to be. And in reality, life is just meant to be whatever it's meant to be, it will be, and God has the control. We can put in the work, we can sow the seeds, we can pull the weeds, but God, source, is the sun, like, is the water, is the air, is the breath, is the life, is the ether, is the field of energy that creates, is the love. But if you don't have that love for yourself within yourself, right? The understanding that that is the why. That's why you get up every day. Earlier I read, it said, the most successful people have the clearest why. And a while back I was starting a job, and the manager who was interviewing me said, you just have to know your why. And my why was my children. Like, I'm here because I'm here to give them the best life that they could have, because although essentially they didn't choose to be born, they did choose to be born. This was a soul contract. I decided to be their mother. They decided to be my children, and we fulfilled it in the ways that we did. And we're here, and it's beautiful. And as crazy as life has been at times, I wouldn't change it for anything, because we're here. And, you don't know what difference a choice or lack thereof can make, you know? So embrace the beauty that your life is and look for it, because it's there. We just have to open ourselves to see it. We have to be the light to see the light. We have to look for it, right? We have to listen. And we can only listen and see and hear when we take time to rest, to relax, to breathe, meditate, to detox, to take a step back from substances and food and media, social media, the media, if you're still watching news, and technology, the world, other people. Like, take time, take a day, take a few days, take a week. You'll be surprised what comes from it, and you don't have to go crazy and be like, I'm detaching from the world for a whole year. Like, no, like, chill, bro, calm down, it's okay. Like, you are gonna be fine. Like, you can't fix everything right now anyways. It takes its own time, in divine alignment, in divine timing. Regardless of how hard we push and pursue, some things are not meant to be until some other things have occurred, and sometimes that takes other people doing their part. Sometimes the things that were destined to happen will not happen, and you end up becoming on a totally different timeline, and life is forever altered, right? Because you can't control anyone else. You can only control yourself. And so the divine is constantly moving in and out, pushing and pulling the void, the dark and the light, the seen and unseen, and to create this world. And as we continue to unfold and unravel ourselves in those ways, the divine is able to do that in bigger ways outside of ourselves. We just have to, communicate that when we are ready and we are willing, and ask for that guidance, ask for that help if you haven't, And I keep getting the message to repent, to turn away from sins, and yet then if you go higher above, there's the idea that there's no judgment on the spirit's side. It's all love, it's all soul, it's all experience, it's all lessons, it's all learning, it's all for the good, for the glory of God, of source, of life, of love. And it's beautiful, dude. So relax. All right. Anyways, if you are facing challenging or difficult circumstances or have just moved through such a time, you are being called to review what you have learned about yourself. Journaling is a good one for that too. If you're still and if you can't journal, if you don't know how to read or write, or if your hands hurt, or maybe there's just a lot going on, and sometimes it's sometimes it can be easier to just ramble those thoughts out and then hear them back. So you can record them on your phone and play them back to yourself, and then reflect on the thinking patterns and your mindsets. It's a very good thing to do if you're feeling really emotional, to let that out, just fully release all of that toxin, all of the tears, all of the emotions. Scream, cry, run, punch something. Sometimes that energy does have to come out, and it hurts, because we were hurt and other people were hurt, and that energy is flowing, and that stuff still comes up from time to time. So when it does, don't freak out. Just take that time for yourself if you need it, and journal it out. Don't feel bad about it. Don't be mean to yourself for it. Just, it's okay. It's natural and it's normal, and it helps you to heal. It's purging you, it's cleaning you, it's clearing you. And afterwards, when you're, resting, when you are reconnecting and you're tapping back into your divine self and the connection that you have, the more that you continue this path, the more that you will see these new realities, right? So it says, if you're still feeling overwhelmed by a certain event or asking why it happened, call on Source and your guides to reveal to you the pattern, trauma, or wound that has contributed to this challenge. If you aren't experiencing challenging energy, the reason is that you've made huge progress on your spiritual journey. So much so that your perspective has shifted so that you can view every challenge as a window of opportunity. The Halls of Learning Gateway indicates that your spiritual gifts are developing at this time. So, yeah, and when you're going through the ascension processes, a lot of times that can be rough. It can feel like you're getting sick. It can feel like sore throats, stomach aches, headaches, runny noses, tired, sad, angry, triggering, maybe things are, sometimes life does kind of tumble and crumble apart, and sometimes it's still. And so in every moment, there's always that opportunity to find that silver lining, that beautiful aspect. And maybe the beautiful aspect is you recognizing that you made it, that you went through some challenging times that other people might not have made it through. And And everyone has been through some trauma in their life and some heartbreak, and life is tough. So be easy on yourself and be easy on those that you encounter in life, regardless if they're easy on you, because, people can only meet you to the extent that they meet themselves. They can only be aware to the extent that they are aware of themselves and their own contribution to the world. So if you know, you know. So the next card, Gaia Gateway activation. The Gaia Gateway is the chakra that connects us directly with the mind and intelligence of Mother Earth. This chakra is not very well known, but is now being acknowledged as one of the key energetic spaces we can connect with to activate the ascension process. For many years, ascension has been thought of as moving beyond the limitations of the body and transcending the physical realm. But it is in fact the process of becoming present in the body in full awareness of the spirit within. The Gaia Gateway is found below our feet under the Earth Star Chakra, but when we're connecting to it, it's best to imagine it in the center of the Earth. The best way to describe it is as a wormhole. Sorry. A wormhole. Oh my gosh. One moment. A wormhole or portal in the center of the earth that allows us to connect directly with non-physical intelligence of Gaia. So that's the spiritual intelligence, the spiritual presence of planet Earth, Mother Earth. The Mother Earth and Father Sky. And Yeshua, Jesus, was a spiritual guide, guru, if you will, an ascended master who enlightened, who ascended to embody his full authority, his I am presence in this physical reality, as did Buddha, right? As did Yogananda, as did, what's that guy's name? Guru, what is his name? Whatever, there's like hellas. And to be honest, there's people ascending daily. Life is so different. Like, I was reading earlier, it said, was something I was reading or watching? I don't know. I think it was something I was reading, but it was talking about how, just the energy, the souls, like, okay, you gotta go. Anywho, sorry. Back to the focus. Focus. Baby. We are right here. The earth is a highly spiritual, intelligent, aware being. She has lived through many challenges and experiences that have led her to where she is today. No matter what has been served up to her or how many of us have mistreated her, she has found a way to survive and thrive. And so, my love, that is what you get when you tap into the Earth Star Chakra, when you connect your root, your Malabandra. I'm saying that wrong. I just said that wrong. I said it so wrong. That was like a yoga thing. Anyways, I said it wrong. I'm not looking it up. It's not important, all right? Your pelvic area, your root chakra. Y'all know what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about. It's like common knowledge now. Like, I feel like a lot of the spiritual information is common. Like, so many people, it's everywhere. And like earlier today, I was kind of struggling like with some ideologies, and I was like, I'm not new age. And then I was like, well, I guess I am. And I recognize that a part of me always has been. And when I allow myself to embrace that aspect, that fullness of who I am, the ascended self, right? And constantly shedding and evolving self, and what does that look like? It looks like me doing whatever the heck I'm doing and learning as I go and healing as I go and loving and healing others as I glow and grow, right? And then it just ripples out and it transforms the world in the most beautiful ways. So every vibration that we put out, every word that you speak, every action that you take, every food that you eat, all of these thoughts we think, they put out an energy signature into the earth, into the atmosphere, into our auric field. And it really does change and transform your reality and the reality of those around you. Like, have you ever seen someone who's just, they're kind of like lost and unconscious and not aware, and maybe they're struggling with something, or their hormones are going crazy, or they're dealing with something really stressful, maybe their family member just passed away, and there's so many different reasons and situations and circumstances that bring us into these lower states of life. And, they're always going to come, no matter how healed we are, no matter how aware we are of ourselves, no matter how aligned we are with Source and our path. Life is a journey of ups and downs, of backs and forths, of crumbling towers and mountains and pushing boulders and plateaus and jumping off leaps of canyons, like into raging waters or whatever the heck, but you choose if you want to run this journey yourself without your GPS, without the map, without the guide, without the wisdom, without assistance that we were naturally all given, you know? Like, God loves us all. We all have the ability to tap in, but you have to believe it. And you have to take care of yourself and listen to yourself and listen to the guidance that Source and the earth and those around you and yourself is telling you. Because if you're not going to listen and you're not going to obey and you're not going to accept that you are a spiritual being and you might be having psychic downloads and you might have spirit guides and angels, and life really is about to change for you. And, when you really fall into those kinds of realities, life becomes something so different. And you begin to see things that you never would have expected to see, And it's weird because it's like an awareness and a knowing that I've always had, but I've never had the strength within myself to just be all of this, to just like really follow it, really listen, really be here, right? In the present every day, and not going back and not falling back. It's tricky to keep going, and so take your time. Like, you don't have to rush. I know it seems like you need the money and you need to figure these out and you need to get these jobs and you need to figure out why your kid keeps getting sick or why people keep attacking you. Like, it's just gonna happen, bro. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It happens. Sometimes a lot, sometimes too much. But keep taking care of yourself, even if it's hard. Keep showing up, even if it's not 100. Keep proving to yourself that you got this, that you got you. And God is going to prove to you that God has got you. And God has always had you. You are kept. You are loved. You are protected. You are important. You are valuable. You are so needed, dude. You're so needed. The good things that you do, the way that you show up in the world changes lives. And so, how do you want to show up? Do you want to show up being patient and kind and not pushover, not allowing people to just treat you shitty and talk down to you or, like, no, but so what if someone doesn't thank you when you open the door? I know. Yeah, people need to be kinder. People need to do this and that, da da da, da, and they need to da da da. I know, I get it. But chill. It's okay. It's not a big deal. Nothing is really that important like that. Like, we don't have to be freaking out. We just don't realize it because we're not taking time to rest, to listen, to learn, to get the great lessons, the confirmations that we're on the right path or we're not. But life is just learning experiences and, unfolding of who we are. When you allow those transmissions from spirit to come in, when you take time to listen, to really listen and sit, the earth knows, like, you have that intuition, you have the GPS, you have the knowing and the knowledge within you. You are just as intuitive and in tune as anyone else is. We just aren't always connected to that aspect of ourselves. And it takes practice, but it's worth it. Yeah, says, sometimes it is not our role to know how everything will unfold. When you draw this card, it's a reminder to trust the plan. The wisdom of Gaia is with you at this time, and you can enjoy the natural expansion that is taking place. You may have a tendency to go traveling and look to the stars for answers, but realize that the planet you call home has much to offer too. You have chosen to be here. This may not be easy to accept, especially if your current reality is a harsh one. But your current experiences are vital for your growth. The Earth herself cannot escape the challenges that she is facing at this time. Learn from her strength. Learn from her yearning for a better future. Come back to her. She is your chosen home. So this makes me think, it says no matter what she has served up or how many people have mistreated her, she finds a way to survive and thrive. When you tap into your root chakra, when you tap into your earth, when you tap into that God source energy within you and outside of you, you thrive. You survive and you thrive despite what is going on around you, despite the attacks, right? We're not meant to know everything. And honestly, we could never know everything because there are so many different variables that determine the outcomes of any given situation, and we have to release that control. We have to release the expectations of things becoming and unbecoming and unfolding how we dream it to be, right? Just allow things to be as they are. Allow things to unfold naturally and just embrace the time that you're here because it is limited. Like, time, this life seems so long, but it's really not. And it's multiple different lifetimes in one. It's so much shorter than we recognize. Your children will only be young for a certain amount of time. They will only be living with you for so long. Your animals will have an even shorter time with you, right? And you're only on this life in this world for so long. So, like, do your best to show up for you in every way that you can. And we can't always escape the challenges that we're facing. Sometimes, no matter what we're doing, we're still in a sticky situation dealing with negative people and in a negative place. And we can't always make that change right this moment to uproot our entire life and self. But we can always make the choice to come back home to earth, to ourself, to source, right? To come back home to love and to embrace the journey as it is in the present moment, in the beauty that is unfolding. I'm just going to my notes real quick. Oh yeah. So underneath this one, underneath the Gaia gateway activation was Lemurian seed codes, embracing sensitivity, uniqueness, living with grace. Living with grace, baby. Uniqueness. A little sacred snowflake, little sacred freaking seas. You know what I mean? Little Lemurian seed codes, little activation codes, little crystal light shining on your face and stuff. Embrace your sensitivity. Embrace your weirdness. Embrace the karmic board clearing. This one, as I was setting the cards on, this kind of like started peeking out, so I just kind of checked it and I was like, it flows. Sometimes the cards kind of, the story as life unfolds in different ways. It's not always cards jumping everywhere or in your face. Sometimes it's just a little peak or a slow descend or a slow ascend. But regardless, energetic clearing, rewrite your story, live your truth, live your truth, live your life. Stop living for other people. Stop giving all of your time and energy and love and mind and everything that you are to everyone else. You are here for you. You are here for God. God created you, right? Like, essentially, to be exactly as you are. But so many of us were programmed at a young age to be everything but what we are, to see ourselves as a negative, or to misunderstand and misinterpret ourselves and the lessons that we go through. And as long as you're showing up as yourself authentically, whether it's crying or angry or, driving wild or in lack mindset, that's your truth right now. But you can rewrite it at any moment. You can renew your mind. Ask for that assistance and guidance. Ask to be reminded. There's times when I was struggling that I literally asked my angels. I said, please, help me, help make it clear to me. Help me stop these patterns of thought. And what else did I say? There's one that just popped up I want to tell you. Stop me in the thought and redirect me, and help me to renew my mind, renew my heart, clear these soul ties, clear these karmic stories, timelines, energetic codes that no longer serve me, that no longer describe who I am. And sure, there may be people who will always see you as that same being, that same person. But you don't have to accept it. You don't have to live in that. You don't have to even listen to it. You get to choose how you live your life, how you grow from here on out, right? That is the beauty of coming into your energy. And Pleiadian activation, coming together, harmony in the heavens, resolution. Oh my gosh. Coming together with self, coming together with others. This looks like far away, but like kind of I don't want to say the evil eye, but kind of like an eyeball, right? Coming together with source, harmony with the divine, harmony with your angels, harmony with your guides on the divine path. The resolution, the answer to your problems has always been there, and you are just getting into that alignment. And right now, tower moments are tricky, and they are so testing and frustrating, and it can feel like we're not meant to be here. We're not meant to do this. But, we're not meant to do this alone. And you're not alone. When you call out to the divine, and when you become in harmony with your divine self, your divine path, and your divine purpose, the resolution to all of your problems becomes clear. It comes together effortlessly. Soul star activation, fulfilling soul contracts, remembering who you are, right? This is like a hawk, but also makes me think of a phoenix. And then I think that's a Merkaba in the back, I believe. It's like your little spaceship, right? So when you activate your soul, your sorry, your divinity, your authority, when you are living in your truth, when you are, moving through life, just living as you please, not, in I don't selfishly, but when you do that in love, it's effortless. The healing is effortless. The growth is effortless. You naturally look for the good, look for the positive, and things might come at you at times, but you knock it out the park so much faster. It doesn't keep you down. It doesn't blow your mind. It doesn't tumble your life. The towers will happen, but you are more than the tower. You are more than this physical reality. You are more than these old past lives, these soul contracts. Like, you are fulfilling soul contracts as we speak. You are remembering who you are, stepping into your light, stepping into your divinity, stepping into your power, fulfilling soul contracts, right? That's for yourself and others. That's family, friends, jobs, lessons. Maybe this is an end of a cycle. Maybe the end of all of your karmic lessons are ending, and you never have to go back. That's your choice. You don't have